Um, so I'd say the most important thing for me was coming into high school and knowing that it's about to be a struggle. Because when I was at Parker, I kind of just breezed through Parker. Like everything was easy. Like 4.0 all 3 years, gold honor roll, and National Junior Honor Society, this and that. And I came to high school thinking that everything was going to be just as easy, and I was just going to breeze through and kind of lazily do my homework and not put every effort into everything I did, and that kind of hurt me freshman year. So looking back, if I kind of took it as serious as I did in junior high or as serious as I do now, then it like my GPA would be higher. Like I'd probably have more freedom of where I was looking to go to college, this and that. But I still have no regrets about what I did. So like make sure you have no regrets when you walk out of here.
I wish someone would have told me that freshman year is just as important as like all the other years. So you should try just as hard freshman year because then once stuff gets harder, then you have like time to like relax a little bit because you have to build your foundation because freshman year is as easy as it gets. So I would just say like try as hard as you can right now and use all the resources HF gives you to build a good GPA. And then like if stuff gets harder, you'll have more room to like struggle, like not do so well.
All right, so I wish somebody would have told me the importance of studying and really making sure that you have an understanding of the material that you're working on in class. So if you don't understand something, make sure that you like go back over it, study, ask a teacher. Don't be afraid to raise your hand because like that may seem embarrassing, but it actually will help you in the long run if you ask questions and such like that.
I wish somebody would have told me to take advantage of all the opportunities that I have. I didn't know about E-Period my freshman year, so now I have to like take on an extra class, and it would have been easier for me to just get it done freshman year. So just know all your options and take advantage of every opportunity that you have.
Um, Everybody told me what I needed to like hear about freshman year. I just didn't listen. So I just want to stress the importance of how important freshman year actually is, because freshman year's I don't know who said it, but somebody said that it's the easiest it's gonna get. That is not a lie. So going into freshman year, you might think it's hard and stuff, but you should build it up to where everything should be easy for the rest. So your junior and senior year, you could just take easy classes and be laid back.
Something I wish someone told me during freshman year is that it's gonna be a little bit difficult. I mean, freshman year is probably the easiest thing. It's probably the easiest grade that you guys are gonna go through. But it's just like, it's one thing is there's never gonna be a dumb question. I mean, I already said this previously to first period, but you can ask questions, guys. It's not, no one's going to make fun of you because you're asking a dumb question. There's no such thing as that. If you feel like you don't understand something, if you feel like you don't know how to go somewhere, how to get somewhere, how to do something, ask a question. Go to your counselor, go to your teacher, go to an older student. They're not going to judge you because they probably had the same questions when they were in freshman year. So make sure you guys ask questions and understand, like, what you're doing.
Yeah, to piggyback off of what he said back there, studying is like the most important thing ever in life that you can do for freshman year, especially like for biology, because I know how that biology is, and English and all that stuff. So yeah, studying and most definitely doing your homework because it will help.
I'm going to use both of these because I don't know if you guys can hear us all the way back there. So I think it's super important to just surround yourself with really positive people. And looking back on my freshman year, I had a lot of people that I surrounded myself with, and some of them probably weren't the best. It's really difficult to make that decision because you're in a whole new environment. You're surrounded by people who seem like way older than you, and then also people from different schools. Like like you go to Parker, but then there's people from Huth, or there's people from James Hart, IJP, like, and you want to be friends with everybody, and that's okay. But I think it's important to just to know when somebody's good for you and when they're not. So, yeah.
They kind of covered everything, but I would say make sure you take advantage of our tutoring. The tutoring with your teachers, making sure you're being in communication with your teachers about if they have personal tutoring, and then also the weekend tutoring I found really effective for my math and science classes. So making sure you're doing that, and then also like I'm really outgoing, so like I try to like join like a bunch of clubs and like be a part of like everything, and like I would recommend like instead of being involved in everything, picking like something that you're really interested in and getting a leadership position in that club, and then growing within that club and being a leader in that club or in a few clubs, but not doing everything. Yeah. That's it.
Okay, thanks, Jasmine. So one of you guys mentioned, I think Nicole, it was you, the challenging assignment. So how many of you guys are kind of having just some struggles maybe in biology? She's like,
She immediately.
everybody.
I feel you, girl.
So,
I feel you.
and it may not be biology for you guys, but what was the challenging class, assignment, or tell them what you did to get through it?
All right, I'm glad Miss Baker's class came in here for this period because I had Miss Baker for AP Calc last year, and that was probably my most challenging class at HF that I had taken. First semester, I kind of struggled. I struggled. I didn't kind of struggle. I struggled. So I finished first semester with a C in the class, and I wasn't happy with a C, and I wasn't satisfied with it. So second semester, I said, I'm going to do better than this. I don't know if it was going to be an A or a B, but I was going to do better than a C. So I found a tutor, and lo and behold, Miss Mall in the guidance office tutored AP Calc. So I went to her once a week, maybe sometimes twice a week. She would help me out, and I was very close to an A. I was very close to an A by the time finals rolled around. But that was one class that I was proud of the progress I made. I didn't get an A out of it, but that was something to be proud of. So when you make progress in a class, that's one of the best things that you can do, no matter if it's little progress or big progress. But you should always strive to be better.
Okay, so I would say I struggled with geometry last year. So don't be scared to get a tutor or ask questions or talk to your teachers, because that will really improve your grade. First semester I had a C, and then I got a tutor, and then second semester my grade improved. So just like use all your resources and go to tutoring after school, and if you need a personal tutor, get a personal tutor, because that will really like improve your grade, just like what Kellen said. So.
I can definitely relate in bio with the struggles, because I know that like that was one of my biggest high school things when it came like freshman year. I did struggle with bio, but when I found out about tutoring, and I know you're going to hear this a lot, but tutoring is a very important thing here at HF. If you don't if you don't use that, then it makes it much harder to be successful, because there's literally someone that sits there for an hour a day or sometimes more than that to help you and be there for you to make sure that you understand the material. So tutoring is a very big thing here at HF, and like once I start taking heed of tutoring, my grade did improve. It will improve if you do reach out and use the resources that are here for you.
One of the classes that I struggled with was sophomore year, which was last year. I took an honors geometry course, and I was really I felt like I was drowning in the class. Like I felt like I couldn't keep up. But so I took that, and so first semester I noticed that I wasn't doing well in the class. So I got a personal tutor, and as well as the personal tutor that I got, I did tutoring every day. I asked questions in class. I was that one person that everyone gets annoyed with because I kept asking questions. But that's the thing, you have to ask questions. Like every little thing she would say, like if it was something with proofs or something, I would just like, what does that mean? Like I don't understand what you're saying. But it's really important to get an understanding for yourself. And as long as you have an extra step and help, like the personal tutor or just tutoring after school to help you too.
Just to piggyback, Jada, you guys are going to see this said, everybody's saying about asking questions. You all will see this material on your standardized test. So do you all know you have a all school test day coming up in October 11th, and seniors don't. That's what they're happy about. But freshmen, sophomore, and juniors do. But the thing is that standardized test, which is for us now, it's the SAT, is one of the factors that helps you to get into college. So again, you will see the material again, and if you grab the concepts and you know what you're doing, then you'll be fine. Okay?
So two of them up here said they struggled in geometry. I took geometry freshman year, and little backstory, we had a test on the third day of school, and I know y'all gonna get tests on like the first day of school once you get like to our age and stuff. So I completely failed this test. I got a 40-something. So it was pretty bad. But like Kellen said, like once you persevere and like you actually want to do better in classes and stuff, you'll find yourself staying after class and talking to the teachers, asking questions about the material, all of that stuff. And then I took the test again, and I didn't do as bad, but I still did bad. But so I ended first semester with a C, and then I ended second semester with a B. So I did good in my eyes. I don't know about everybody else, but yeah.
Okay, two things for me. I mean, just because I like science doesn't mean I'm gonna be good at it. I wasn't really good at it. But one thing that helped me through that class is asking the teacher questions and making sure that he went over it again to make sure that I knew what I was doing. And I remember there's another class I took as an AP course my freshman year, and I remember telling my mom I want to drop it. I was crying. I was like, I'm not gonna do it. I had a mental breakdown. Like it was sad because we had to do a paper, and it was like an AP paper. It was like it has to be perfect. That's what I thought. I remember wanting to drop the class, but just like Omar said, like Helen said, I'm pretty sure like all of them basically said is to persevere and make sure that you guys put in the time and effort. I mean, it's going to be scary. Sometimes you're going to have a mental breakdown. I've had like 5 during the like last year, and I remember just like it was just horrible because I feel like I have no help. I'm hopeless. I'm going to fail. I'm not going to succeed. I'm not going to get into a good college. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Just make sure that you just do your work and you're on top of your stuff, and make sure that you just keep going and ask questions and make sure that you understand what you're doing and get the help.
Yeah. So I know everybody talking about biology. My struggle, it wasn't a struggle. My thing was English because I was procrastinating reading the books. I don't like reading. I don't read. I only read my text messages. I don't do extra stuff. So I wasn't annotating. I wasn't doing my level 3 annotation. So when it got to the papers, I was getting like C's on my papers knowing that I could write. But when at the end of the year, and we had to do our final paper, because y'all will have to write a final paper on a book called The Indian something, I forgot. But the final paper I was like, okay, I'm going to read it, I'm going to annotate, blah, blah, blah. The book was boring. It wasn't that interesting, but you have to do it anyway. Then for second semester, y'all will have to annotate. I don't know if they're going to change it, but it's a book, it's a memoir called Night, and it's about the Holocaust. It's okay. But, of course, I don't read, so it wasn't interesting. But I read, I annotated, and I got the paper done. I eventually got an A. So, yeah, just don't procrastinate because it will hurt you.
I think a lot of people get caught up freshman year because it's just like I was talking about before, a whole new environment, and you do want to try and get out there and make friends and do sports and do clubs. So sometimes that can be overwhelming, especially with all like 6 or 7 of your classes. And so if things get too much for you, just take like one assignment at a time, and just remember that like it's going to get done either way. And a lot of people, I think, see their teachers as like really evil or scary people, but they're not. They understand that like we have lives too. So if you say, hey, like I have a hockey tournament or I have a swim meet after school, I will try and get to the assignment as best as I can. But if I don't get to it, is it okay if I turn it in a day late? And more than likely, they'll appreciate you saying something and walking up to them. So just don't be afraid to let people know that you have things going on outside of school.
I would say math and science are not really my strong suits, just in general. So what I make sure I want to stress to everyone is the importance of our tutoring that we have at school and taking advantage of it. A lot of us said that we did outside tutoring, which is nice and to have that luxury. But if you don't have the financial needs to do that, I do still think the tutoring after school and on Saturdays and Sundays, especially the weekends, is really effective in meeting with your teachers. So definitely take advantage of that if you can't afford to find an outside tutor.
Cool, thank you. So what she means to just piggyback on that is that we have a list. So we have tutoring. You guys know about the weekend tutoring? Anybody? Okay. So weekend tutoring is Saturdays from 9 to noon in the TLC. You guys know where the TLC is, right? No? Okay. G building and Mr. Cicero usually sits in there. I'm trying to, so when on your way to G building, there's this room that's there that's called the TLC. And on Sundays, it's from 2 to 5. You don't have to come and stay the whole time. Maybe you just need an hour to help or get some help with somebody who's there to help you with your math and science. Usually it's a math and science person, right, Mr. Saylor? Usually it's both. Okay, both. So if it's English, you guys know you can go to your resource there is A6, right? Okay, so is it before school too?
Yeah,
before and after school, you can go to A6. The fee-based tutors, there's a list, and sometimes you need that extra so that if your parents can't afford a fee-based tutor for a little while, it's not like it has to be the whole year, but if you feel like that's going to get you over the hump, because it sounds like it did for some of our students up here, then that option is available too. Okay? Anybody have any questions about that? Okay. Moving on to the next question. How do you guys handle distractions like your phone, technology? And I don't want to say friends are distractions, but sometimes how do you handle your time management there? Anybody can start.
Anybody can start.
Anybody? You want to go?
Yeah, go Nicole. Okay, okay, so can y'all hear me? Yeah, okay. Okay, so last year my phone, that was my big. I used to be on FaceTime every day, talking to my friends, not doing my homework. I didn't have an E-period last year, so I used to try and do my homework like in the lunchroom before my classes. And it got me. I'm not gonna lie, because that homework, missing assignments, all up and down Power School. But, I mean, I still got good grades because I was doing my tests and stuff, but it was too much. And then friend drama. Freshman year, I had to, because I didn't come from, like, James Hart Parker, all that stuff. I came from an outside school. So coming in, trying to find friends, it was a lot. And, people was really doing some stuff. Anyway, so, but, like, it's not that serious. It's not serious at all. Like, the friend drama, there are going to be other friends. You're going to find friends, blah, blah, blah. And your phone, it can't wait. I know y'all don't think so, but it can. Yeah.
So speaking on time management, all I gotta say is you gotta know how to prioritize, all right? I'm telling you this right now. There's gonna be parties. There's gonna be little get-togethers that you're gonna wanna go to. You're gonna wanna see some boys, some girls. You're gonna wanna go socialize. No, you can't do that when you have a project. You can't do that when you have homework. You need to do your work before you go socialize, before you go do all that. So Kellen and Omar are football players, and I'm the athletic training aide for them. Sometimes they stay late. We stay till 8 o'clock at times. And you just got to know, like, as soon as, like, you might be tired, 10 o'clock, okay? So sometimes we're 10 o'clock, but you just got to know Sometimes you guys, you're going to be tired. You want to go to sleep. You got all this work, but, I'm going to just do it tomorrow. No, you got to do it right now. You just get in the habit of just opening your book bag as soon as you get home and trying to do some of that work. Get it done even at, between classes. Sometimes your teachers give you time in class to finish your work. Don't socialize and talk to your friends. You could do that after school. Do it right there in class. And so just make sure you know how to prioritize your time. And social life, you're gonna want to go have fun. Of course, you can have fun. Just know when to do your work and make it about your business, because you want to succeed. I'm sure you all have ambition and you want to succeed in life, and you guys want to do big things. So if you want to do big things, you got to get in the habit of doing the right things and making sure that you know how to prioritize your time and making sure you know what you're doing.
Friend drama. Let's be honest. You gonna find so many new friends over the next 4 years. It's ridiculous. So having friend drama now, I'm gonna say, because I said this the first period, you shouldn't really care about friend drama, because if you having friend drama now, it's gonna carry on with you if you stick with it. Now, I'm saying if you stick with it, it's going to carry on. But if you just cut them off, that's what I do. I had so many friends over the past 4 years that I just cut off because they wasn't right for me. You just have to find that select few. So Kellen is one of my select few friends that I go to, and I've been friends with him for I don't even know how long. So it's ridiculous. If you find your select few group of friends, you just turn to them, you cut everybody else off, you straight for the rest of your life. Or for the rest of high school, at least. There you
go. As far as time management, I would say write it down. Use your planner and use your phone calendars. Now, with your assignments, if you know that you have, a big project due, like Laura said, then you should get it done. It's proven that your brain tries to talk yourself out of doing a thing or a task after 5 seconds of you thinking about it. So if you say, oh, I got a math test, I should study, but then you take 5 seconds to think about it. Oh, I need to finish my show. I need to catch up on my series before the new series come out. But no, you have to not allow your brain to talk yourself out of it.
Definitely with distractions, I would say that there are so many resources that they have here to help you, using your planner or even talking to someone about how they manage their time. Talk to an adult, talk to another friend, see if they know how to manage their time. I'm going to stress this a lot, and I may keep saying this, reaching out is a big thing here at HF because there are so many things to help you, and time management is it's one of the biggest things, because if you don't manage your time, that can turn into procrastination, and that turns into bad grades, and nobody wants that. So
with distractions, I always look at my end goal. I always think is my phone going to help me in the future to become a doctor? Or are these friends that are telling me to go out right now, are they going to help me get money when I get older? No. So you always have to think just do what you have to do now, and then there's always going to be time later in life or even later that week to go have fun. If you do what you have to do now, then you can always have fun later. So that's how I always look at it.
I would like to think of that there's two types of people in the world. There's organized people and unorganized people, and I'm one of the very, very, very unorganized people. So when I get home, I don't have my homework written in my planner or a bunch of papers in my folders. My backpack is a mess right now, right? And it always will be. That's just the way I am. But when I get home, and it's usually at 7:30, sometimes 8 o'clock when we come from practice. So what my strategy is, when I get home, I just have to know what I have to do, dump it out of my backpack, and just get it done. Because if I sit there and I forgot who said it, but if you just sit there and wait and you let your brain talk yourself out of it, you're gonna regret it. And there's gonna be times when it seems like it's too much work. Like there's times when it's 11:30 at night and I still have 2 hours left of homework, and I'll be like, this is ridiculous. And yeah, it's hard. High school is gonna be hard, but sometimes you really not sometimes you have to push through it all the time. You know, and there's going to be times when you don't get 8 hours of sleep. You're going to have 3, 4, 5 hours of sleep because you really worked hard on it. But when that time comes, when your hard work shows, you know, when you go to college for free and, you know, your parents are proud of you and all your friends want to be who you are, then that's going to be when you realize that it was all worth it.
Thanks, Paul. I think I hear all of them saying, too, is that you need to find your system that works well for you. So if it's not a planner, if it's electronics, like I think Jada said, use your phone to give you alerts. I know I have to do both. And the reason why I'm stressing this is that you're not just going to do it here in high school. It's going to help you as you move into college and into life. How important is freshman year in GPA, especially for the seniors, as you are applying to colleges right now? How important is it that you start off freshman year?
Freshman year is, like everyone says, it's like the foundation for your entire high school career. So you don't want to fall back freshman year and sophomore year and then have to be picking yourself back up junior and senior year like I had to do. And then junior year, you're going to be focusing on the SAT. And then now you're looking at college's senior year. And your options, like Kellen said, are limited with your GPA. So freshman year, if you do good your freshman year and sophomore year, you're going to leave yourself a lot more leeway to have mistakes junior and senior year when you actually need to with test scores in college and whatnot. So like as hard as it may seem, like focus on your academics freshman and sophomore year so that you can have that open leeway junior and senior year.
Just piggybacking on what Jasmine said. Oh, okay. Do I need the mic? Can y'all hear me?
You can use both of them.
Okay.
One is recording and one is the mic. So
Okay.
there's one in front of you.
This is okay. So, freshman year is really important. It's your foundation year. It sets up all your other years. I did very well on my freshman year, straight A's, all 4 quarters, 4.0 GPA. But sophomore year, I didn't do too well because I took a class that I didn't really understand. Like I said, honors geometry. But I believe that if I didn't do well my freshman year, then my GPA would have been destroyed. Right now, my GPA is 3.5. So, like, I did really bad in honors geometry, but I had something to fall back on because I set that foundation freshman year. And so now I'm building my GPA, and I'm able to pull it up, and it's easier for me, and I don't have that stress. I know people who didn't do well freshman year, all they did was play games and didn't do their homework and stuff like that, and didn't study for tests, but they didn't, and now sophomore year, they're struggling to pull up all that weight. And so it's really important for you to excel and do your best and give it your all freshman year.
All I'm going to say is I wish I could do freshman year over again because my freshman year wasn't the greatest. I know Kelly can relate to this. Freshman year was like a struggle, and like I procrastinated so much. So you'll find yourself in a situation where you could either like slack off some more and like just continue to go on a downhill slope from there, sophomore and junior year and senior year, or you could just like work hard. And I chose working hard. So freshman year, I finished freshman year with a 2.8. And for me, that, like, I knew I was a better student than that. So right now, like, after all of the progression that I made, I'm at a 3.4. So hard work pays off in the long run, and colleges are going to notice that, and everybody else is going to notice that. So.
So my freshman year was really challenging. Like I had really like a really heavy set of classes. Like I wasn't an IB, but I had the same class schedule they had. I had AP Human Geo instead of AP World. That was the only difference in our schedules. But I can say that even though freshman year was a struggle and I didn't do as well as I wanted, like it served as a learning experience. Like I'll never look back and say that freshman year was a waste, blah blah blah, because freshman year made me who I am now. Not that year alone, but the fact that you went through the struggle. Like the times that are good are not what defines you. Like the way you react in the good times, the way you react in the bad times are the things that make you who you are. So when things get bad, if you just give up, that's the kind of person you are. You're just the type to give up. If things get bad and you persevere, you keep going, you find a way, that's going to be who you are for the rest of your life, you know? So.
Yeah, also to piggyback on what everyone said, freshman year is really important because high school is basically like you're building a house. So you have to build a strong foundation so that later on, like, you'll be successful. So I would just say try really hard as you can, because freshman year I didn't do that as well as I could have. Well, yeah. Sophomore year I did worse, and I feel like I should have tried harder freshman year so that like sophomore year wouldn't affect me that much, because I had a 3.6 freshman year and now I'm at a 3.2. So I have to try really hard to get my GPA back up for like the colleges I want to go to, and I have to even try harder for like standardized tests so that my scores are high so that I can get into the colleges I want to. So make sure you try hard. Don't give up.
Thank you. So the reason why they shared their GPAs with you, those who did, is so you guys understand the importance. Your GPA is cumulative, meaning it's not separate from sophomore year, junior year, senior year. It builds. So that's why they're stressing to you to try to get a good start now, because what you do now and then sophomore year, it builds on freshman year, and it's really hard that if you mess up, it's much harder to try to rebound from that. Even if you get all A's and B's by junior year, and you think, oh, my GPA should be this, it's a little harder because it's cumulative. Okay, and even if you're not doing as hot now, you have time. That's why we're doing this at the beginning of your freshman career, so that you understand the importance of your GPA. And whether you're going into the military again, or business program, or college, or whatever it is, they are going to ask for your transcript, and your transcript has your GPA on it. And that's what gets you to the next step. So again, for our students, and especially the seniors, do you feel like you're prepared? Like these past 4 years have prepared you for the next step?
I'll start. One thing I can say about myself is senior year, I didn't take my foot off the gas. I made my schedule harder than it ever was. So like I said, last year I had AP Calc AB with Miss Baker, and I told you all I wanted to go engineering. So like to go into engineering, you've got to have calculus in high school, right? So this year I've got 3 calculus classes, and they're all back to back to back. I've got Physics C 2nd period, Advanced Math Topics 3rd period, and Calc BC 4th period. So I've got 5 AP classes this year, and like that's not to brag. That's just to say that you have everything you need here at HF to prepare yourself. So when I go to college, like, and I take that calculus class or physics class, whatever, my freshman year, like I'll be so prepared for it. That's one thing Ms. Baker said to me last year at the end of the year. Like, you're gonna be so prepared for college, and that's what high school is about, because it's about what you do in college. Like, you could have like a 2.9, 3.0, whatever, or anything worse than that in high school, and you can go to college and you can have that 3.7, 3.8, 3.9. Like, it's about how you progress. So if you have that upward trend, that's what colleges want to see. So that's what I would say. Like, everything built me up to this point, and then this point will build me up to college and then on.
Kellen, just to piggyback on what he said, he's planning because he knew what he wanted to do, so he was able to plan those classes into his schedule. When you guys meet with us in February is when we're going to do registration. That's why we really stress to you to think about the classes like your electives that you want to take, and not just take culinary just because it's a class that I want to take. If you're interested
Yeah. So I'm a senior too, and at this point in life, like last year, I started calling this place HF University, cause that's how much it prepared. Like it feels like a mini college. Like if you go to any other college campus, like this actually looks like a college campus to some people. When they come like from other schools and stuff, they're like, wow. I'm like, no, this is not sweet. So like HF actually really does prepare you a lot, and like some of the classes that I take, I know since I'm going into business, I took business, and then I'm taking accounting right now, so I could broaden my understanding of the business aspect. So like once I go into college, I could like go into different fields, but this place, it has something for you. You might not think that, but if you look at the classes that it has, like culinary, if you want to be a chef, you could do that. Graphic design, I know I took graphic design freshman year. If you want to go into art, they have art classes, anything. Music, you'll find yourself like in a class doing something that you actually like and that you actually want to do when you're older.
Yeah, I definitely feel like I'm prepared, and I'm thankful to go to a school like HF because they also have a lot of college exposure. So like there'll be certain classes where college reps come in, or they have college night. They have nights where the career fair where we go around and if you haven't been to it yet, we'll go around and you'll get to like really explore. And it's like they have classes here and clubs here and things that really help you decide what you want to do if you don't already. And if you know what you want to do, you'll be strengthened in that field because they have so much here to help you out. So.
I just want to piggyback off of what was said earlier about like HF University. So I actually visited a lot of colleges this summer. I visited UIC, University of Chicago at University of Illinois, never mind, at Urbana-Champaign, and then National Louis. And I remember going to Malcolm X and thinking, oh my gosh, this is a mini HF. Like, you really don't realize it, but we have some of the nicest facilities that colleges, like, don't have. They don't have, like, a $1 million radio system, or they don't have like a brand new track and new turf. So just really take advantage of these opportunities because it's crazy. And once we get out of HF, you'll think like, what the heck? I'm in college and my high school was better than my college. My high school was bigger than my college. How does that happen? And so it's one of those things. So just really take advantage and appreciate it for what it's worth.
Extracurricular activities earlier. Do you think getting involved in these activities has helped you? How important is it, and how do you manage that in terms of your time and social, academics, all of that?
So me and Keller play football, and with football is like the most like time-consuming activity that you would probably like if you play it. Or yeah, band stays here till what, 9? No, yeah, band does a lot of stuff. But anyway, like one thing that colleges look for, and I know y'all freshmen and y'all might not think about college right now, but one thing that colleges look for is your involvement in extracurricular activities. So let's say a college admissions counselor, they're looking at 2 students to admit into their college. They have one that has a 4.0 and then one that has like a 3.4 or 3.5 or something. But the 4.0 student didn't have any like extracurriculars. They just go home and do their homework. They were just a school-based student. And then the 3.5 student was in multiple clubs and NHS and all of that stuff. 9 times out of 10, depending on the college, mostly, they would pick that 3.5 student because they would see that, like, if you have a decent GPA and you're in multiple extracurricular activities, that shows that you can manage your time, and then that'll, like, you're prepared for college. So getting into clubs and activities are actually going to help you. Yeah.
I can say a lot about this because I've been involved in a lot of clubs. But like what Omar was saying, I think you should definitely try to get involved in a club and have like a leadership position. So like in student government, like right now I'm our executive board vice president. So like I'm over the entire student body of student government. And if you're a freshman, they're always looking for like students to join student government. And I think this is like a great way for you to, I'm just talking about student government because that's another like club that I like a lot. But if you're a freshman, like you can like be, you know, your freshman class president and then plan a few events. And then your sophomore year and junior year and senior year, you can also try to run for president then. And you'll have that leadership, and you can say, oh, I've been in student government for 4 years, and colleges see that and they're like, oh, she's a leader in our school, or I was a leader in our school. So even if you don't want to be a president or something, definitely get involved in student government because it shows those leadership aspects. And the other thing with clubs is like join clubs that you're actually interested in. Like we're going to say like join clubs and everything, but like if you're not interested in the club and you're just doing it just for college, it's going to be a disadvantage for you. Like a lot of people do Key Club just because it looks good on college applications with community service. But if you're not actually interested and want to be there, it's giving a disadvantage to the club and just to you yourself because you're not even liking what you're doing. And it's like not a waste of time, but you're not, it's not useful for you or the club. So just do stuff that you're interested in and that follows up with your career interest. It's never too early to think about what you want to do for after high school.
Oh, you want to go? Oh, okay, I'll go after you. Okay, well, well, one thing I gotta say about extracurricular activities is do it, okay? You might not think you're gonna make the team. You might not think you're gonna be liking the club. But let me tell you something, you need to try it. I didn't think I was gonna I remember trying out for cheer. I wasn't gonna make it. I doubted myself. I made it. Best time of my life. Best time of my life, loved it. It was cheer competition season. I remember trying out for softball, didn't make it, but it was lit. It was fun trying out. I did make soccer though, and that was really fun. Like I didn't think I was gonna like soccer. I was like, you know, I've played it before. I've done it so much. I don't think it's gonna be fun anymore. It was fun. Best season ever. Loved it. Freshman year was so fun because I did all these sports and I just tried out. I didn't do any clubs this year. I'm involved in some clubs, but definitely do it. Don't doubt yourself. Like for real, you need to have. If you doubt yourself, if you think you're not gonna make it, girl, what are you talking about? Boy, you need to try it out. You never know if you're going to make it. You never know if you're going to actually love it. Do it because you only live once. You only go to high school once in your life. You're only here freshman year once. So try it out. Do it. Find out if you like it. Like this year, wait. This year I tried out Key Club because personally I like helping out people. I just like working with people. Try it out. If you think, you know, if you feel like you've always wanted to, you know, do community service or just actually just help people, try something out. You never know if you're going to make it or not.
Moral of the story is just do it.
But for real, though, like, do it. Just try it out. Like, you never know.
Did you do field hockey, too?
Yeah, I did field hockey also. Do it. I didn't know I was going to make it. Didn't think I was going to like it. I made the team. It was lit. That's all I have to say.
Okay. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to tell you something about clubs that not many other people is going to tell you. Clubs, there will be long days. There will be hard days where your schedule is packed. Like on Wednesdays, I'm here from 6 o'clock to sometimes 7:30 at night because I have multiple things to do. So it's just like if you really love to do it, then you will make time. You will find time. Let that be a part of your experience because like everybody else up here said, they love that on transcripts and like they love seeing that you were involved, that you're just not and someone who's only good in the classroom, that you're a very rounded person. They're looking for rounded people at college, and clubs and activities are gonna help you with that. So.
As far as like clubs and stuff, I'm in a lot of clubs, and right now I'm the president of Spanish National Honor Society, and so that is a lot. But you could also do clubs that don't necessarily meet after school. I know, like, because we have a lot of football players and we got other sports. I did swim last year, but I didn't do it this year so that I could focus on my schoolwork. But like student ambassadors. I'm an ambassador. I'm in peer mediation. There's a lot of clubs that meet during school that help you so that you can be able to do practice after school and things like that. So you could always, like, there's flexible clubs and stuff like that that'll allow you to do the things that you love and do the clubs that you want to do at the same time.
No.
I almost forgot my train of thought. Anyways, just like everyone else said, colleges love to see a complex student. So try to engage yourself in everything you can. Freshman year, I didn't really engage myself in stuff. And then I realized, like, sophomore year that it's good to, like, be a part of your school. And it makes the whole school experience even more fun if you do stuff in the school. Like, join clubs, join sports, and you can make friends. And it's just, like, a good time. So don't even, like, think negatively, like, oh, maybe I won't make the team, because you can speak that stuff into existence. So just go out there with a positive mindset, and then, like, even being on the team will be more fun, because if you have a negative mindset, then it's going to bring the team down. So, yeah.
Anybody else?
I just want to say one. Hey, one thing. Okay, the microphone. All I gotta say is, no matter what your friends think, no matter what your friend thinks or what your family thinks, if it's something that you're passionate about and you feel like you can talk about it and you can do it for hours, you should just try it. That's all I gotta say. Just try it, man. Just try it. That's all I gotta say.
There's tons of clubs here. We have over 100 clubs. And if you don't find a club that you want to do, you can create it. Am I right? You can make a club. Like, we didn't have a pre-med club. And then 2 students started it like maybe my sophomore year, last year, and I'm in pre-med now. So, yeah, so you could do it.
More questions. I'm going to save the girlfriend, boyfriend, friend drama for the last one. Before that, what have you guys done over the summer? Because I know one of the things that as a counselor,
Over the summer.
Okay, let me go after you.
Okay, so one of the things as a counselor, when I'm registering new students, our students come in during registration or right at the beginning of the year, and I say, so what did you do over the summer? Anything, interesting? And I'll get, no, I didn't do anything. And I'm like, really? Or I'll get, just kind of watch TV all summer. And when you get into high school, there's so much, like they've been saying, that you can get involved in even over the summer. So I tend to think that the students who kind of plan out their summers, even if you plan your fun, but plan out some things to do to get you to where you want to go. There's lots of things to do over the summer. So if you guys have done, some things over the summer that you want to
And
talk
she
about,
know I
whether
did
it's
some stuff
travel,
over the summer.
It doesn't have to necessarily be with HF. Talk about that.
What you gotta say? Okay. Over the summer, this summer I did world history, I did driver's ed, and I did behind the wheel. So I was here from 8 to 5 for 4 weeks, and then 6 weeks 8 to 12:50. It was a lot, like not a lot, but world history. It does, like, if you take classes over the summer, like, it did help, like, with the paper and stuff like that, because now I'm like, it sucks to be you. Everybody else doing it. I don't have to worry about it. Driver's ed, too, and behind the wheel. And I had, like, no summer. Like, that 6 weeks took up everything. And then I tried out to be an athletic trainer. I didn't make it. It's okay. I didn't make it. And then I did POMs, so we had, like, clinics and whatever. So it was a lot, but doing stuff over the summer, it does help, and it does kind of like clear up your schedule, because now I have 3 electives instead of 2. What? Shh. Oh. Here. It's okay.
All right, one thing I gotta say though is the work never stops. All right, with HF, you are never gonna stop. Over the summer. What happened? Oh, okay. All I gotta say is, over the summer, you definitely gotta take advantage of your summers. Okay, I took a couple camps for soccer and field hockey and athletic training. I made the team, which is crazy. I didn't think I was gonna make the athletic training team. It's crazy, but